second chance that you missed, and then how you got
Yeah. It's a tough one coming in like that. I hope Alex is going to be okay. But it's a lesson in staying ready and always being ready. And, I had that earlier experience at Real Salt Lake. I didn't play as well as I played tonight, and so I think that helped me a little bit. But as far as the goal, I got that first chance in the second half with Jordan, and he played a great ball across, and I didn't quite get on the end of it. And I was just thinking to myself, if it comes again, I'm putting that in the back of the net. And it was a great team goal, and I was just lucky to be on the end of it. I think Obed and Leo had a great play on down the right together. Leo had some individual skill there, and I was just hoping that the ball popped through, and it did.
Should that just tell us a little about like your training mentality, how it's been really strong in the past couple weeks? Is that something you feel like is true?
Yeah, I think that's something I take a lot of pride in. Something that's got me a long way, and I'm not the most talented guy, I'm not the fastest guy, but I do think I consistently train really hard and bring a positive attitude, and I think over time that pays off. And once you start settling into the environment and get a couple games under your belt, I've always had success with that. And yeah, I've just been trying to bring positive energy, positive vibes. It's been tough at points this year, and I felt like that's been my role at times. Even if I'm not rostered or not getting the game, that's been important to bring, and I feel valued from the staff and from the players for bringing that.
First goal of the season, and it being on the day to commemorate the 50th anniversary. Surely that meant more to you.
Yeah.
That is on this day. Could you give us your thoughts on that?
Yeah, for sure. I had a number of coaches that were there tonight who coached me and were old Sounders. Tommy Jenkins, Jason Farrell, Jimmy McAllister. And that was really funny seeing them before the game. That was a special moment for me. And then to do that for the club, as someone who's grown up here, went to the first game, it's like something I've dreamed of, So I'm really happy about that, and it's also the day before Father's Day, so that's exciting too. My dad's been a big supporter and a big believer of mine, so I was happy to get a goal for him too.
Would you say that you're connecting well with Leo and Albert and all the other guys?
Yeah, I think so. I think the group right now has a real feeling of togetherness. I don't feel like we have a bad apple in the group. I think everyone gets along with each other. I really feel that with the staff too. I want to give a shout out to especially like our supportive staff, and then also some of the assistants. I think Andy and Freddie especially have been really, really helpful for me in moments when the chips aren't falling my way, I'm not getting the nod here and there, and they've really helped me stay motivated throughout those times, and also gotten on me when it was needed, when I wasn't bringing my 100%, and so I want to shout out them too, because I feel like my success today is a result of a lot of people.
Paulie, it was important for you to reward the coaching staff for trusting you and for bringing you on in such a weird moment too, just coming off of that injury. However, this is something that you've been preparing for your entire career. How pivotal was it for you to not only come out there and perform, but to not put too much pressure on yourself as well?
Yeah, I think that's a tough thing. I think it took me a little bit of time to get into the game, and then credit to Jordan. Actually, I really thought the goal helped me get settled. My nerves kind of settled, and then started to really play with the guys. And I think, as you said, I am really honored that the coaching staff trusted me in that moment. I think they rewarded me for the last couple trainings and the last couple weeks of training. I think it's been trending in the right direction for me. So cheers to them for that.
How does a win like this do for the confidence of the team?
A lot, I think. I think when teams are struggling, people tend to get dramatic about things, and I've been on, I'm not that old, but I feel like I have been on a number of teams and a number of successful teams, and I have a good understanding that it just takes a few small little things, a few guys pulling in the right direction, and just a couple breaks, and I feel like we haven't been getting some of the breaks that we deserve this season, and hopefully this is the start of something. I think for me it's just positive thoughts, and one thing I've been saying and guys have been talking about is we're 3 games away from a trophy, and let's focus on that right now. Let's focus on starting the second half of the season really strong, and we've got another game on Wednesday, and let's make the most of that.
You briefly mentioned Jordan. Can you talk about his impact tonight and how you thought his performance went?
I thought Jordan played great. Thought he offered a lot for us in behind, and he was also able to hold up the ball really well for us in moments. I think his goal really helped us get into the game, and shout out to him. He's kind of been on fire recently, and I know it wasn't the easiest start to the season for him, and he's starting to shut people up with the goals that he's scoring. So I'm happy for him, and he was also constantly talking to me during the game, giving me positive feedback when I needed it in moments. So I appreciated that too.
You've had a lot of performances in Open Cup. You briefly just mentioned that. How did all those minutes, help you, be prepared for getting your number on such a pivotal game this season?
Yeah, I think, it's things have kind of been building gradually, and guys like me who are, maybe deeper in the roster sometimes, those games are really important, and I'm really happy that the MLS is still putting teams in the Open Cup. My story is a success story of that. It helps get you minutes. It helps get you playing with guys that, sometimes during the week we're not always training with the first guys, and in the Open Cup you get some moments where you get to build relationships and you get some big minutes under your belt, and those seem to be more valuable than some Tacoma games as well. You're playing against better competition, so and I've loved the Open Cup, and the team has always been successful, so hopefully, one game at a time, but we've got 3.
What's the deal? Last couple. What was the story with the celebration? I assume it's got to be something.
The first one with Jordan's? Yeah. I'm not gonna say too much, but let's just say the guys have been bonding on the plane, and we've enjoyed playing cards together, and that was a tribute to that. And we talked about it before the game. If whoever gets the first goal, we were gonna do that. So that was a tribute to that.